Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fallout 4. My name's Camel, and this video is going to be a walkthrough guide where I will show you how to get all 7 of the special stats bobbleheads. Special being strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. And we're also going to be hunting down the Your Special book. Just so you know, most of these locations are packed with enemies, but I have gone through for the sake of this video and cleared them out already. Also, timestamps for each bobblehead will be in the description, so if you are looking for just one specific bobblehead, you can click the timestamp and skip directly to the part you need to watch. Prepare yourselves, Camel, GPS activated. Firstly, we're going to be getting the Your Special book. To acquire this, we need to come to the location named Sanctuary, which can be found in the zone Lexington and Northwest Commonwealth. Here on the Pip-Boy map, here's Vault 111, and Sanctuary is here to the southeast, and once at Sanctuary, we need to go into our pre-war house. Once here, walk through the front door, and then turn left down the hallway, and at the end of the hallway, turn right into Sean's room. Underneath the baby changing table is nothing other than the Your Special book. Once we pick it up, we can now assign 1 point to any of the 7 special stats. Next, we're going to be hunting down the Strength bobblehead. To find this, we need to come to the Mass Fusion building, which can be found in the zone Neighborhood Financial District. On the Pip-Boy map, Diamond City is here, and to the northeast here is the Mass Fusion building. Once we're inside on the ground floor, we want to head straight ahead to the staircase at the back of the room. Once at this staircase, you want to turn right onto them and then turn right once again, heading up to the first floor. Once here, head straight through this room, follow the stairs up, and in this next room we need to simply exit it and walk across this bridge. Once at the other side, veer to the right into the bathroom. Hello ladies. Turn left and then sweep around 180 degrees to the left. Head up this ramp. Once at the top of the ramp, we want to exit through the room door and then immediately shimmy to the right into this next room full of desks. Head straight ahead to the end of the room. Once here, turn left and then turn left once again and walk up this ramp in front of us. Once at the top, we want to turn right and then sweep 180 degrees to the left and head up this next ramp. Now we are on the floor we need to be on. And now that we're here, we need to head to this lounge in the middle of the room ready to jump. But we must look down to find our inner strength. And what do you know? Would you believe it? We have found the Strength bobblehead. And when we pick it up, Strength bobblehead. It's essential to give your arguments impact. Your strength has been permanently increased by 1. Thank you very much. Next, we're going to be hunting down the Perception bobblehead. To find this, we must come to the Museum of Freedom in the zone Lexington and Northwest Commonwealth. Here on the Pip-Boy map, Vault 111, where we begin the game, is here, and the Museum of Freedom is down to the southeast. Once inside, we can head straight ahead if we have advanced lockpicking, but if not, veer off to the right and follow these hallways and rooms all the way through until you do not see any more Colonial War getup. Once we exit the display rooms, we need to head up these stairs to our right, and once at the top, turn left. Once at the top, slide through this doorway on the right and follow this hallway through to this semicircular room. Turn right and go through the hole in the wall. Once there, turn left and then go through the next hole up the stairs all the way, of course. Once at the top, head straight ahead and take the first door on your right, turn all the way around to the right, and now we are at the office. And on the desk at the back of the office, you'll never guess what we found. The Perception bobblehead. And once we pick it up, Perception bobblehead. Only through observation will you perceive weakness. Your perception has been permanently increased by 1. Next, we are all going to endure this together and find the Endurance bobblehead. To find this, we need to come to Poseidon Energy in the zone Quincy and Southern Commonwealth. On the Pip-Boy map, Diamond City is here, and to the southeast is where we can find the Poseidon Energy. However, the door on the rooftop and the front door are both master locked. Luckily, there is a secret way in. From the front door, if we turn all the way to the right and head directly south following this wall. Once at the end corner of the building, we need to turn to the left and head towards those giant pipes in the water. If we swim up and under into the pipe closest to us, we can access the Poseidon Energy sub-levels. Once in here, we need to go down the pipe, and once we exit the pipe, turn to the right and go up this ramp. We then need to follow this catwalk all the way around to the left until we hit the stairs. Once at the stairs, we need to turn right through this hallway. We can cut through the room on our left just as a little shortcut. Once through here, continue following the hallway. Once we enter this room, once again cut through the room directly in front of us, all the way out the door on the other side. Once here, keep going straight until you hit the terminal. This terminal is a novice level terminal and easily unlocked. Once this is done, head straight through, turn left up the stairs. Once in this room, turn left, follow the catwalk all the way ahead and follow this small room through. Then we need to follow this catwalk all the way around to the right until we hit this door on our left. Once here, shimmy through and follow this room all the way around to the right, and then exit this room through this tiny catwalk and head up 3 sets of stairs. Once at the top, enter this door. Now that we're through there, head up the next set of stairs and sweep all the way around to the left until you hit the room with the next terminal. Once again, this is a novice level terminal and easily unlocked. Once this is done, enter this giant room and head all the way to the back to this doorway. Once in this room, head through the next doorway and follow this hallway around. Keep going until you hit the next room. Once here, turn right and exit through the hole in the wall. Now we need to walk to the other side once again and enter this small room and go through this door. It will have a novice level lock. Follow the hallway to the next room, and once we exit here, we need to go up this spiral catwalk until we reach the big metal hut up there. Once at the metal hut, head straight through to the left, follow the catwalk around to the next room, and once here, we need to turn to the left again. Now we are in the central metal hut, and on the desk in this central metal hut, it is what we endured all of those bad directions for. It's the Endurance Bobblehead. When we pick it up, Endurance Bobblehead, always be ready to take one for the team. Your endurance has been permanently increased by 1. Next, we will be finding the Charisma Bobblehead. Firstly, we need to hunt down a ghoul named Edward, who can be found in 4 different locations and will not appear until your character reaches level 10. 2 of the locations are in the Diamond City Market, first of which he can be found in the Dugout Inn, and secondly, he can be found in the Colonial Tap House. Thirdly, he can be found at Bunker Hill, which as we can see is to the northeast of Diamond City, and fourthly and lastly, he can be found in the Third Rail, which is a bar located in the township of Good Neighbor, which is also northeast of Diamond City. Once we do find Edward in any 4 of these locations, all we need to do is speak to him and show some interest in what he has to say. If all goes well, you will start the quest called Special Delivery. Once we get the quest Special Delivery, we need to head to Cabot House, which is just south across the river from Bunker Hill. Once here, we will meet and further speak to Jack Cabot and get further instructions for a quest Special Delivery. I won't go into detail, but the 2 quests are relatively easy and I'm sure you will not get lost. Once the quest Special Delivery is completed, we will instantly begin the quest Imogen Takes a Lover. Once again, easy quest, easy to follow, you'll be right. And once we complete the quest Imogen Takes a Lover, we will be given a new quest. This quest is called The Secret of Cabot House, and this is the quest we need to be on to acquire the Charisma Bobblehead. Now we will need to meet Jack Cabot at the Parsons State Insane Asylum, in the Zone, Medford and North Central Commonwealth. From Cabot House, if we head northeast north, we will find Parsons State Insane Asylum near the top of the map. Once we meet Jack, we need to head inside. Once you get inside, you will be following Jack all the way to his office where the Bobblehead is located. However, once again, for the sake of this video, I'm going to do a quick clean run of it. When we enter the building, we need to veer off to the left. Head all the way to the end of this hallway. Once at the end of this hallway, go up the stairs, do a 180 to the left, and then head up this next set of stairs. Walk all the way to the other end of this room and head through the doorway. Once in the locker room, head to the corner of the room where there's a hole in the wall. Walk all the way through this wooded secret pathway. Head down the stairs, veer off to the right, and then to the door on the left, head down these 2 miniature stairs, continuing our left sweep. Once through this door, turn left and we are at Jack Cabot's office. And on his desk is something of interest. It's the charmingly charismatic Charisma Bobblehead, and when we pick it up, Charisma Bobblehead, nothing says pizzazz like a winning smile. Your charisma has been permanently increased by 1. Next, we will be hunting down the Intelligence Bobblehead. To find this, we need to come to the Boston Public Library in the Zone neighborhood, Back Bay. On the Pip-Boy map, Diamond City is here, and to the northeast is the Boston Public Library. Once at the front door, we want to turn around to the right and head around the side of the building. Once here, continue on down until you find the dead super mutant and turn to the left and we will find an advanced locked door that you do need to unlock to enter this building. Once inside, head straight ahead and then almost immediately turn left into this big arched room. We want to head all the way to the end of the room, and there is a doorway underneath the chandelier. Once we go through this doorway, we will find a computer room, and in front of the computers with the red paneled desktop, we will find what we have been searching for, the intelligence bobblehead. And when we pick it up, intelligence bobblehead, it takes the smartest individuals to realize there's always more to learn. Your intelligence has been permanently increased by 1. Next, we have the Agility Bobblehead. To find this bobblehead, we need to come to the wreck of the FMS Northern Star in the zone Quincy and Southern Commonwealth. On the Pip-Boy map, Diamond City is here, and to the southeast, we can find the wreck of the FMS Northern Star. Once here, we need to head into the bottom skeletal system of the ship, and towards the back, there will be a ramp that leads up between some giant stacks of freighting containers. We need to follow this ramp/pathway all the way around until we hit the staircase that leads up to the top deck. Once we're here on the top deck, all we need to do is go from the back of the ship, which is where we are, all the way to the front of the ship. Once we reach the front of the ship and we see this cabin, we need to head up these stairs on the right, go through this room and out the door to the left, and then straight ahead out onto this jutting wooden platform. And right, and I mean right, on the very tip and edge of this ship, we will find the ever so agile Agility Bobblehead. And when we pick it up, Agility Bobblehead, never be afraid to dodge these sensitive issues. Your agility has been permanently increased by 1. And finally, we will be hunting down the Luck Bobblehead. To find the final bobblehead, we need to come to Spectacle Island, which can be found to the southeast of Diamond City, way out in the ocean. At the southern point of the island, we need to walk across these wooden planks and follow them across the water onto this half-sunken ship. Head straight through the doors, through the engine room, turn around to the left, and then turn around to the left once again, and head up these stairs. Once at the top, shimmy across to the right and do a 152-degree turn to the right, facing the lockers, and we will see the Luck Bobblehead waiting to be picked up. And once we do pick it up, Luck Bobblehead, there's only one way to give 110%. Your luck has been permanently increased by 1. And that is that, and hopefully that wasn't too painful. Trust me, I'm quite aware some of these locations are very difficult to navigate. I have 20 hours of footage of it. But hey, at the end of the day, we have the Your Special book and the 7 special stat attribute bobbleheads. In total, giving us an extra 8 attribute stat special points compared to when we started the video. I've been Camel. I would like to thank you very much for watching. I do hope that this video helped you out in some way, and once again, I hope it wasn't too confusing. If you would like to see more Fallout 4 guides, be sure to click on the playlist button on screen. This will of course take you to my Fallout 4 guides playlist, where you can select the videos you want to watch freely. You can also check in the description, where it will be frequently updated with links to new Fallout 4 guides that are uploaded. Once again, I would like to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there.